There's about 650,000 people that live in Portland, Oregon, but almost 2.5 million in the entire Portland metro area. So where are the rest of the some odd 1.8 million people living if they aren't in Portland proper? Well, they're living in places like this, or this, or this, or this, or here. And this wonderful city called Hillsboro. Hillsboro is a suburb of Portland with a population of just over 100,000, and it is the second largest city in the Portland metro area behind Portland. Stick around because we are going to cover a wide range in this video, and we'll talk about some places with as low as 18,000 people. But now we are currently about 25 to 30 minutes from the center of Portland, and this is such a great place to live. There are over 20 different neighborhoods in Hillsboro, so whether you want something with urban walkability or quiet tree-lined streets, you'll be able to find something that fits your needs here in Hillsboro. This area is also known as the Silicon Forest because there are many large tech companies based here, including Intel, Thermo Fisher Scientific, Epson, and many others. Hillsboro is a wonderful city with a vibrant downtown area, and it's also surrounded by that amazing scenic beauty that you will find pretty much in most places in the Portland metro area. The nature is plentiful here with over 30 different parks of all sizes, totaling around 1,600 acres of green space. And you're also very close to the Tillamook State Forest, which is a great place to go camping, hiking, or mushroom picking if you're into that sort of thing. Believe it or not, Hillsboro even has a professional sports team with the Hillsboro Hops, which is a minor league baseball team that's affiliated with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hops games are awesome if you love baseball. There are many different options for dining and shopping throughout Hillsboro, especially in the downtown area, which is very clean and well maintained by the city. One great benefit to living in Hillsboro is since it's one of the most western situated suburbs, you are just over an hour away from the coast. So if you need to escape the city to catch some waves or just cool down on a hot summer day, the coast is close. The median sale price of a home in the Hillsboro area is actually right in line with Portland, hovering around $520,000. However, options here are quite different than what you will find in Portland because the median age of a home here is 1996, whereas the median age of a home in Portland is, well, old. Hillsboro is also home to the Portland metro area's largest new development called Reed's Crossing, which I talk about in my new construction video that I left a link to below. And while we're on this topic of real estate, listen, if you're moving here to the Portland area and are in the market to buy a home like one of these, I'd absolutely love to help with that. All my contact information is right down below this video, so don't feel shy about reaching out via call, text, email, or just scheduling a video call is usually most ideal. At any rate, I absolutely love to hear from my viewers like you, and I'd love to help you get settled here in Hillsboro or perhaps here in Beaverton. Beaverton, similarly to Hillsboro, is a great city that has many different types of options when it comes to living styles. It's a bit closer in to Portland, being only about 10 to 15 minutes or so from the center of Portland. The biggest employer in the entire Portland metro area has its world headquarters here, which, if you don't know already, is of course Nike. It's located in the northern section of Beaverton, which is easily accessible from neighborhoods like Cedar Hills, Bethany, and Central Beaverton, which is where I am now in the downtown Beaverton area. Even from the farthest neighborhood to the south, you're only looking at about a 15-minute drive to Nike. There's around 11 neighborhoods here, each of them offering something a bit different. Some are newer, some are older, some are at a lower price point, and some are at a higher price point. The neighborhoods are very clean, and you will find many well-maintained homes throughout the city of Beaverton, whether you are looking to live in a neighborhood teeming with mid-century modern homes on large forested lots, or something with a bit more urban amenities. You can find something in Beaverton. Beaverton is an absolutely great place to raise a family, and the public schools here are regarded as some of the best in the state, with over 50 different schools in the district. And the Tualatin Hills Parks and Recreation maintains the park system in the area, and you will find one of the great benefits is the abundance of nature inside Beaverton. My favorite thing about the parks here is, regardless if it's just a block or a couple hundred acres, there's always forested area as well as a maintained and clean play area for the kids. Even though you are still very close to Portland, you may find that you don't really need to go there very often with the virtually unlimited amount of shopping options you have here, including the incredible Beaverton Farmers Market, as well as Cedar Hills Crossing, which is an absolute unit of a shopping center. shelter, plus many others. The median price of a home in Beaverton is right around $560K, which currently is even higher than Portland. And while Beaverton in general isn't very walkable, the downtown area in the central Beaverton neighborhood is a great place to walk around, grab some food, grab some drinks, or just have a leisurely stroll. Now we're gonna jump over to a significantly smaller town. So if you appreciate the small town vibe that still has great amenities and great schools, then Sherwood, Oregon is a hidden gem that you should check out. Sherwood has a population of only around 20,000, so it really does have that small town feel, even though you are well situated in the Portland metro area. It's a great place to raise a family because the school district here is among the best of the best in the area, with over 5,000 students, kindergarten through 12th grade. Education is a strong point of Sherwood, with 5 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and of course Sherwood High School, which, fun fact, is the largest high school in all of Oregon. The city here also has a strong sense of community with events like weekly farmers markets, and despite its small size, Sherwood has a vibrant food scene that has spilled over a bit from Portland in recent years. There's everything from cozy cafes to plop down at and sip a latte as you work for a few hours, to upscale restaurants for a date night. There's really something for everyone here. Yeah, Sherwood, it's kind of one of Portland's best kept secrets, but the secret also might be getting out because the real estate prices here have been gradually trending upwards for the last 5 years or so. So it's also a good place to buy a home from a wealth building perspective too. The current median home price is $650K, but who knows what it will be in 5 or 10 more years down the road. There are several different types of neighborhoods here, whether you want a massive multi-million-dollar home on tons of acreage with a view, or maybe you just want that simple lifestyle where you live on a quiet street like this with beautifully constructed and well-maintained homes where the kids can set up a basketball hoop in the middle of the street and play with their friends until it's time for you to call them in for dinner time. It's just so peaceful here. I mean, we are nestled among the rolling hills of the Tualatin Mountains and farmlands and wine country. Sherwood's definitely known for its natural beauty with numerous parks, trails, green spaces, and of course there are even dozens of city parks. There's one right behind me at the end of this cul-de-sac. So whether you're hiking through the Sherwood Forest or kayaking on the Tualatin River or just getting some fresh air at a local park, nature is always at your doorstep in Sherwood. And the rest of Portland is also basically at your doorstep too, so if you want to or need to go into the city for some reason to catch a Blazers game or maybe see your favorite band passing through town, you're only about 20 to 25 minutes away. So if you want to move to the Portland area but you don't want to live in Portland or a massive suburb like Hillsboro or Beaverton, check out Sherwood, where you could combine all the natural beauty the Pacific Northwest has to offer with small town charm while still keeping a modern urban feel. I'm going to share another small town like this with you at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But first, it's time to go check out the best of the best right here in Lake Oswego, regarded as one of the most luxurious and beautiful communities to live in all of Oregon. Lake Oswego has some of the best schools in the state, an abundance of nature with tons of parks, sandy beaches, rivers to swim at, a great downtown area, as well as a private lake for residents only. Again, we're only about 15-20 minutes from the center of Portland, so it's super easy and convenient to get there from pretty much anywhere in Lake Oswego if you need to. But basically, there are any kinds of grocery store you could need right here in Lake Oswego, as well as a decent amount of restaurants and places to eat. This downtown area is absolutely fantastic and is super nice to walk around in. You got some Portland staples such as bamboo sushi and salt and straw ice cream, as well as a great burger place, as well as a number of other restaurants. Right here in the downtown area, there's mostly condos and urban apartment living, but the cool thing is that it's directly next to the lake. Isn't it beautiful? This is the area if you're living in a nice neighborhood of Los Angeles or the Bay Area, for example, or Seattle, where you just want to level up and sell your $2 million house and get something that's just as nice or much nicer for like $1 million. You can absolutely do that here in Lake Oswego. The median home price is right around 1.2 million, and you get some of the most stunning properties in the Portland metro area, along with a sense of total peace and quiet. Similar to other areas we've talked about so far in this video, the schools are absolutely fantastic in Lake Oswego, some of the best rated in the entire state, if not the entire country. There's 7 elementary elementary schools, 2 middle schools, 2 high schools, and there's almost 7,000 students in the district with an over 95% graduation rate. Like many other areas, there are tons of things to do outside with amazing parks like George Rogers Park, which has this really large grassy area to, throw around a frisbee, but also a beautiful sandy riverbank where you can sunbathe in the summer and even swim or cold plunge in the winter. Anyone? There's also a number of parks throughout Lake Oswego, such as Foothills Park, Springbok Park, and also the super massive Tryon Creek Nature Area, which is where I am right now. And there are trails for miles and miles and miles here. This is just one segment of the Tryon Creek Nature Area. But now we are in Happy Valley, which is a suburb to the southeast of Portland. It's a pretty beautiful place because a lot of it sits on top of a mountain, which means you get to maybe wake up to amazing views like this if you're lucky enough to move to Happy Valley. And if you are, you'll see that it has lots of options for larger, newer homes. Happy Valley is one of the newest established communities on our list today, but it is a good one. One thing that you'll notice living in Happy Valley though is the fact that there's a pretty firm line between residential and commercial. There's definitely plenty of room to go out shopping and go out to eat with a good selection of local restaurants, including a great food cart pod as well, with so many options, but there isn't really an area with multi-use living and businesses combined like you'll see in Portland, but this is fairly typical for most suburbs in the Portland metro area. A lot of the homes here are part of planned communities, so be prepared for an HOA in most cases. There's also a lot of new construction still being developed in the area, but Happy Valley is definitely a pretty car dependent area, especially if you live up on the hill somewhere. You'll need to hop in your car if you want to get to the food carts or to the local New Seasons. In other words, the best place to shop for groceries in the Portland area. We're only about 20 minutes or so to Portland, depending on what part you need to get to. So if commuting is something you'll need to be doing, it won't take you too long to get into town. Now, back when I was in Sherwood earlier, I promised you that we would visit another small town. So here we are in Canby. I've gotten a few requests to visit this lovely little town, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to give you guys a little taste of what it's like to live in Canby, Oregon. With a population of right around 19,000, this definitely fits into the smaller town category, though there are even smaller towns. I gotta give an honorable mention to Estacada, which I'll do another video about at some point, but here we are in Canby, which is a great location about 30 minutes from Portland to the north or about 30 minutes to Salem to the south. So you have the great benefit of being within close proximity to 2 great cities if you're living here. The Canby Farmers Market is regarded as one of the best farmers market in Oregon, and that's because, well, if you look at the map, it's pretty much nothing but farmlands in all directions of here. It's also home to the Clackamas County Fairgrounds, so if you've lived here, maybe you could finally have your first rodeo. Within the town, as you can see, is a quaint downtown area with some shops and restaurants. There's great sushi here, Thai food, sandwiches, bakeries, you name it. There's also some great wineries in and around Canby because we're just in the middle of wine country here in Oregon. So the median price of a home here in Canby is right around $560,000 at the time of making this video, but just last month it was into the 600s, and I expect prices will creep back up in the coming months because it's typical to see a drop in January and February. There's just not a lot of action that time of year compared to spring and summer. You'll find a mix of older homes, but also a lot of newer homes here in Canby due to the recent developments. Of course, like pretty much anywhere else in Portland, it's a given, but I'm just gonna tell you that there's a lot of parks here and tons of nature to enjoy, especially for such a small town. Oh, it's also a great area to raise a family with 8 schools, most of which serving kindergarten through 8th grade, and then 1 middle school, 1 high school. All around, really great place to live. Cute little town with not nearly as much to do as your other suburban cities closer into the city, but if you don't mind being a little bit farther out, pretty much completely detached from Portland while still having access to Portland as well as Salem within 30 minutes or so, Canby is definitely worth considering. Would love to help you move here to Canby, of course, or any of the other places I've mentioned so far in this video. So just a reminder to get in touch and become clients of mine so I can help you with everything. And if you're interested in what Portland is actually like, I take you on the most complete tour of the city that you'll ever see right here in this video. So check that one out next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you over there.